Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Draw With Me, where we put 10 minutes on the clock and try and draw as much as we possibly can. Now, the challenge is a personal challenge, so whether you are drawing heads, torsos, full body, drawing with crayons, pencils, pastels, markers, digital tools, it does not matter as long as you are pushing yourself so that you can get to the next level in your artistic journey. Now, the one thing that we do together is that we draw the same character, and we are going to continue with Silverhawks, and today's character is the Copper Kid. Now, if you do not know how to draw the Copper Kid, that is perfectly fine, and you can just hit the pause button on this video, go grab some reference and your materials, and when you are ready, just come on back and then we will get started. All right, well, welcome back. All right, we're going to go ahead and put 10 minutes on the clock. And we're going to get started in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so the Copper Kid. I thought the Copper Kid was an interesting character because the Copper Kid came from the planet of the mimes. And, well, just really wanted to be helpful. Really. And, well, apparently, we don't really know, but the Copper Kid apparently was, in fact, a kid. So, it wasn't like they were just calling him something, right? And you're just like, oh, it's the Copper Kid. And you're like, oh, wait, he's actually not really a kid at all. We're just being completely insensitive. Nope. Was actually a kid. So that was good. But in Planet of the Mimes, when he first came on the scene, right, like he couldn't talk. Like that was the big thing. Like he was a mime, so he kind of like whistled stuff, and it was like words that we would understand. But for the most part, he just couldn't talk, right? Which I thought was an interesting. It was something interesting and different about his character, but as most things, they got rid of it. And still he would whistle. Don't get me wrong, right? Like that whistle thing still kept happening, but it was more so he started to talk. Like, let's just be honest, right? He started to be able to talk, and I was like, oh. So, the aspect that in my mind, that made him kind of unique, they got rid of. And so it's like, but, alright, so there's that. What is happening here? Okay, yeah, no, it does. It comes down like so, though. So it's like that. Going back and forth between reference and stuff. It's always interesting, right? Because you're just like, oh, yeah, this is what's happening. Okay, bam. Here, I don't think that's really anything, so I don't think we're gonna do that, because that would bring kind of here. I don't really know. See, this is the problem. We don't really know what's going on with his head. I know that he was one of the few who had that. So I just don't think that he had this at all. Right? It just looks weird. Well, maybe we'll do that instead, just to, I guess, try. And for some reason his ear was exposed. Also weird, but alas. All right, so there we go. Let's see. What do we know about the Copper Kid? Was our gateway into. Oh, I did forget something. He was our gateway into learning about science. And the atmosphere and stuff like that. Like that was not that was his sole purpose, right? But the end of the episode, we would always come in, and he would be the one in like the simulation machine, learning about space and stuff. So that was cool. One thing I did really like about the 80s cartoons was that they were always trying to teach the kids something. Morals or actual science, math, recycling. They were always trying to, I don't know if they had to, because they're like, well, it's for kids, it's actually for kids. So I don't know if they're like, well, we have to teach them something, or if people were just like, you know what, it'd be really cool if we did this. I just don't know. But theirs was all about the science. So, like I said, he was the gateway into the science. Alright, bam, bam. Timing going on. What else? I don't know. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. He was a kid. He was a kid. Right? And that's what we got from that. Okay. Got that. Bam, 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 bam. Okay. Get his a little bit further back. Alright. Try not to overdo it. Alright. Orange, nope. I want the blue. Do the blue first. Okay. Forgot to fill in the black. Okay. Light orange. Okay, here, his ear. I'm really looking forward to getting to some of the villains. They're pretty fun. Then do here. Something like that. Get the other one. So makes it a little bit easier. It's really surprising to me, right? Like, I've always been a chisel and bullet bullet tip nib, and so with the Olo markers, the fact that they are only at the moment chisel and brush, to have to say it's like, oh, the brush is where I get all of my precision, is bananas to me. Because before there'd be no control with the brush. So yeah, it's very funny to me. Especially anyone who knows me, they're like, what? Brush? Precision? What? Yeah. I'm not known for the liking of the brush, but the brush tip on here is actually really good. So it's firm and flexible. It's weird. It's weird, but I like it. So yeah, I guess we'll just cover that. This is just not enough. And then like so. that. So, and boom, look at that, and we're done. Oh. Alright, so go ahead and clean it up now. Starting to hit. I don't know. It's not gonna say. Whoops. I'm not gonna say. I'm like, oh man, starting to hit my stride. That's generally when I ruin it. I should probably use the smaller brush or Sharpie doing the ear. Make it less bulky like that. All right, we got you. You even got to some cleanup. Like, I mean, we got to some cleanup. You know, so that's two in a row, which is nice. I can only hope that you are starting to see the success as well, and that some of these are really starting to work for you. Now, if you are still struggling, don't even worry about it. Go a couple videos back and you will see that I've missed every single one, like 6 to 10 in a row, and it happens, right? But if you stick with it, as I've always said, you stick with it, I guarantee you in the long run your work is going to get faster. The stuff that you normally would take 2-3 weeks is going to take less time because you are actually working a lot faster. So I hope that you are participating in these challenges, and if you are, please head on over to my Discord channel. We would love to have you be part of the community, and you know what, we would love to see where you are in your journey and where you're going. So please come on over and join us. But if you'd rather stay on YouTube, perfectly fine. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the bell so that you will get notified every single time that I drop new content. Thank you all so very much, and I will see you at the next episode.